It is skipping stitches, and it is due to the needle bar being out of alignment.
It is a very simple adjustment that I am going to show you next, which is too easy so that you, in case it is happening to you, know how to adjust your machine. I am going to show you step by step how the needle bar should be adjusted, the needle bar adjustment, the height to which it should go down, to which it should go up. It is very important that you watch the full video so that you do not miss any adjustment. Stay until the end of the video because I will give you some information, a very valuable tip that will be very useful for your sewing machines. Let us start the timing, the needle bar adjustment. Remember that the needle bar must descend to a certain point. It cannot go too low or too high, as it must be at the proper height for the needle to form the stitch with the hook. We will begin with the needle bar adjustment.
Let's sew a ponton, and if your machine is having the same issue we are about to see, it means you need to adjust the needle bar timing so it can sew properly. If this timing is off, as we will see next, and it is happening to you, you must adjust the timing and the needle bar height so the machine sews well. We are now going to see the fault the machine has when sewing when the needle bar timing is completely out of adjustment. We raise the presser foot, and next I will show you what happens when the sewing machine's needle bar timing is out of adjustment. Here we can see. As you can see, it is skipping stitches, which are the normal stitches, the small ones and the long ones. We call that busting or skipped stitches, and it happens in this case due to the needle bar being out of adjustment. It is a very simple adjustment that I am going to show you next, which is very easy so that you, in case this is happening to you, know how to adjust your machine.
We are going to remove the cover that hides the needle bar. On some machines the screw is here, and on others it is in the back. We lower the cover completely. Using a Phillips screwdriver with this type of tip and the screw, we lower the piece mapidosas to where we can see the entire system where we will adjust the needle bar. We proceed to remove this part. Next we proceed to remove the bobbin case with its bobbin inside. Then we take out the openers, lower the hook retainer, and then remove the hook. Here it is. We lower the needle bar so the needle reaches its lowest point. And as many mechanics have told you, the needle bar usually has some lines to adjust its height. But as you can see, this one does not have any lines. I'm going to show you a very effective trick. 100% sure it will work.
The needle bar height is now properly adjusted.
Why is it not recommended to use the marks that come on the machine? Because as we can see, this one has no marks, and on many other machines and models, those marks tend to fade over time due to the wear of the bar, so it would not be possible to use that type of adjustment. I will show you how to do it in a much safer way that is foolproof and will not cause any problems when sewing. We place the needle at its lowest point and analyze the following. We can see that the needle is going down too far, which means it is misaligned and will cause skipped stitches in both straight and zigzag stitching. We can see the hole, the ideal trick. The ideal height for the needle bar on your single sewing machines is that the hole must reach this part right here. This is the driver. The hole must be in the middle of this part here. That would be the proper height for the needle bar, and that way it will sew perfectly for us. Now, how are we going to do it? We are going to loosen the screw that holds the needle bar at the top. Here we will find the screw that holds the needle bar, which is a hexagonal screw, and we are going to loosen it with this number 2 Allen key. Insert the wrench and loosen the screw to the left. Once it is loose, we go to the bottom to raise the bar so the adjustment is correct. With the screw loose, we will take the bar and raise it so that with the aforementioned adjustment, the hole splits the feed dog part in two. There we can see that the needle bar height is perfect. Now we go to the top and tighten the screw that holds the needle bar again. Without letting the needle bar move, drop or rise, we insert the wrench and tighten the screw to the right. We tighten it well. We do not need to force it too hard, so we do not damage the screw. Just enough. Now we go back to the bottom part. Now manually, we are going to turn the flywheel several times. And we can see that when the needle is at its lowest point, the needle eye reaches this part and will not go down any further, which is the correct height for the needle bar, so that the eye is in the center of the feed dog, just as we see in the image. That is how the needle bar height adjustment for your single sewing machine is perfect. Now I will show you how to put the parts back. Since many people find it difficult, we turn the hand wheel and raise the needle bar.
Now first we place the hook, then we place the hook retainer.
It has a small tab that fits in here. Now we take the retainers, the hook retainer, the set screws, and we close it like this. Then we take the bobbin case with the bobbin and insert it this way. Once the tab fits into that part, it should make a click like this. And the bottom part is ready. Now we are going to place the fabric and sew to make sure the needle bar adjustment is perfect. Well, we insert the fabric, set it to a straight stitch and press the and here we can see how it sews in a straight stitch.
Now we have the fabric, we raise the needle, which must be at the top, and we set it to the widest zigzag stitch. We remove the fabric, take it out and cut. Yeah, and here we can see that the widest zigzag works perfectly.
We can see there are no skipped stitches, neither in the straight stitch nor in the zigzag, and on the underside. This tells us that with the needle bar adjustment, the machine is perfect. Well, the tip or very important information I was going to give you is that always, when we are going to adjust the machine, the first step must always be to check, to look at the needle bar adjustment. We must always start with the needle bar, which must be at the proper height. Always check that before making any other adjustments or moving any other parts. Well friends, that is all. Remember, if you like this video, support me with a like. It is very important for the channel. To keep uploading content, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.